Hey guys, thanks for watching. Please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and all our social media platforms at Fino Boxing. You can follow my personal social media at Adriana_sports. Enjoy. It's Adriana Jimenez, joined here with the living legend, Fernando Vargas. Fernando, so good to see you. It's been way too long. How are you? How are you? Just overall, how are you feeling?
Blessed, you know, praise God that, we had COVID, me, my wife, and my father-in-law, and we beat it. That was one, when it barely got diagnosed about, people knowing what COVID was, and I had a one-on-one talk with God. I was like, Lord, I'm not ready to go yet. I'm too young. I pray every night before I go to bed on my knees, and I talk to God every day. So I'm thankful that He cured us, and we're able to beat the Rona. And, me, my wife, and my father-in-law have tested negative, and we're good to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw you pretty much documented and share what does it look tough, but it brought you guys, I'm sure even closer and stronger, right?
Well, I honestly thought that I was going to be fighting with my wife left and right, but really, the whole time that we're in our room together, it was nothing but love. Good. It was good. It was. I was surprised. I was surprised because we get on each other's nerves sometimes. Sometimes I get on hers more than she gets on mine. But I was thinking that, man, I don't know what's gonna happen. We're gonna be divorced after this? But no, it was great.
No, but I've seen the post you dedicate to her. Es bien romántico.
Hey, people could be wrong. It's like that song, con música romántica. Hey, people think that a woman has to be complimented, has to be treated like a queen. I call my wife queen. I call her the queen. Like, baby, ¿cómo se llama reina? Mamacita, and so when if you don't do that, then you're not a man. Then what type of man are you? Yeah, a man is. You know what? One thing that I don't like about raza, nuestra raza, siempre quieren humillar a la mujer. Like, hasta para allá, pinche vieja. Yeah, hazme de comer. Come on, that's your rib, vato. That's your rib. You know what I mean? And so, my wife, we've been together 27 years, and got a good woman, man. And so, yeah, we didn't divorce, obviously, because we're still together. But we had some tough moments with the COVID, but gracias a Dios ya estamos bien y aquí estamos.
I'm gonna have to invite you one of these days to our show and be like, okay, marriage 101, how to treat a woman like a queen, all right?
Well, hey, I'm not perfect by any means, but I know that I got a great woman. We've been together for 27 years, and it's like ya no hay mujeres así, because una mujer te deja si dejas la silla de la excusada de arriba parada. She'll leave. Women nowadays, you leave the toilet seat up, they're leaving. Oh, well, that's it. I can't stand it. We're getting a divorce.
I'm a woman. I'm like, Fernando, there's still good women here.
And I'm not gonna say that you're not, but but there is some good women in this world. I got a great one, and so we're grinding and continuing the legacy.
And continuing the legacy, now you have, what is it, three of your sons that are fighting. How special is that for you? They're trying to continue the Vargas legacy.
It hits different when you don't have a dad. So everything that I'm living, when I talked my wife into having kids, we were kids. She was 15 when I had her, when we had Junior, and I was 18 when we had Junior. But I talked her into it. So through all the good and all the bad, we kept it together mostly because of her. She's the glue to this family. I'm not gonna say it's me, it's you, baby. Now, you know, for me to see my kids doing, I didn't want them to fight. People go, "Did you want your kids to fight?" I go, "No." I go, "You didn't want your kids to fight?" No. And my compadre Frankie Casaveri said it best. How are you gonna tell your kids they can't be like their daddy? I just stay with my mouth closed. So I opened up my gym in Vegas, and they started training, and the blood, man, it's like you can't make two fighting roosters out of two chickens. It got to be the blood. And so, my kids, Junior don't have, everybody thinks Junior had 150 amateur fights. He had like 30. And so, he's able to do things because of the DNA that runs through his veins, and the athleticism is in there. And so, it's a blessing to see Junior turn pro, then Amado, El Malvado, Fernando Vargas, then El General, Emiliano Fernando Vargas is coming. And I'm not the one that put Fernando on the other names, it was my wife. She's the one that said, no, no, yo quiero ponerles Fernando a cada uno porque luego van a estar, el Junior va a ser, se va a parar el cuello y va a decir, oh, well, I'm Junior. Well, I'm Junior, no, well, I'm Fernando. So that's the Fernando story there.
The Fernando story.
Yeah.
And now Junior just recently made his pro debut. He's going for his second. What are you looking forward to seeing him in his second fight?
I tell him, it's different now when you're a pro, that you really got to touch your temples. You really got to have your hands up. You can't be trying to be cute. If you want to be cute, you can be cute from a distance. He's a southpaw, right? So you can be cute from a distance. But once you get close, you got to keep those hands up, because any punch that goes that you get clipped with could be the punch that you can get knocked down with. So he's learning a lot. I'm very proud of him. He's come a long way, and the legacy continues. Vargas para rato, cabrones. So I'm excited going to Puerto Rico, and it's different for me now as a coach, because you don't get to as a fighter. You don't get to enjoy other places you fight at, because you're busy losing weight, getting ready to fight, and then after the fight, then you're celebrating. But you don't get to have a good time, eat whatever you want, because I like to eat, and so it's a blessing to me to be as a trainer, be there with my kids, and thank you to Tommy Loeffler for getting us these fights. All the fights that he's been fighting have been because of Tommy, and so thank you, Tommy, for your love and support, and for helping the dynasty, the Vargas dynasty, continue.
And to continue that dynasty, to continue the Vargas legacy, we've seen on some children that sometimes it's tough to follow the footsteps of their father. So what are your children? What does Junior have to do to continue that legacy?
Well, I tell him like this, son, you just be you. You can't be me. It's not even fair, because I started at 12. You started at 17. So, I became an Olympian, national champion, and youngest national champion in boxing history. But I'm like, it is not even fair to compare, because, he started at 17, and he did it just to, just because, let me just start training. And he started training, I started teaching him, and boom, he knocks fools down in the spine. Boom, he knocks fools out in the spine. I'm like, Vato, you have this natural power. I wonder where you get it from. But you got that natural power, and you want to take advantage of it, you should take advantage of it. He goes, let me see. And then he started doing it, and I left it alone, because I'm not going to ever force my kids to fight, because I can never do that. I never want something to happen, and then they blame me. It was your fault. You're the one that wanted. Nah. You wanted to fight. You wanted to box. The risks and the consequences that this sport takes. And so, I'm proud of my son. He's doing great, and I'm gonna go to Puerto Rico, and it's it's gonna be different, because when I went to Puerto Rico, I've gone again. I gone like another time for another fighter that I was working with, but it's gonna be different. It's different to go as a trainer, you know what I mean, and it's different to go see the people in Puerto Rico. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest with everybody. The times I've gone to Puerto Rico, it's been nothing but love. I would think that I'm in enemy territory, right? But it's been nothing but respect and love from the Puerto Rican people. So thank you. I appreciate all the love and support. Viva Puerto Rico!
And I know you're looking forward to Puerto Rico as a trainer, not having to worry about the issues about being a fighter. But we've seen Mike Tyson and Roy Jones and even Oscar talking about making his comeback. Does the thought ever cross your mind about coming back?
No, look, people tell me, when you come back, I said, there has to be some good zeros behind it. Money talks and bullshit walks. Put your money where your mouth is, and then hey, I'll entertain the fact. Absolutely, let's go. You know what I mean? And we're doing exhibitions now. So exhibitions are something that that Floyd made popular, and why not? You know, if these guys, YouTubers, can make money, why not us? Why not us come back? The people that made it big in the sport of boxing, why not do that and continue to try to build, you know, a bigger following with the people that want to see exhibitions? Why not?
Champ, you know, when you were fighting, you obviously had the support of the Mexican fans and the American fans. Next week, we're going to be seeing a all-out Mexican war in Miguel Berchet and Oscar Valdez. I'm curious to hear your thoughts about what you think about that fight.
I think that's a great fight. You know, what I mean, man, you know, it's just a beautiful thing to be part of such a mega fight like that. You know what I mean? And for people to be able to watch it. I mean, because you're talking about the cream of the creme of raza. You know, and so I think it's gonna be a great fight. I don't want to say anybody because I like them both. But I think it's gonna be an amazing fight. You can't count out, you know, any one of them. You know what I mean? So I definitely will be watching it.
Then the week after, of course, Canelo will be fighting. He's taking on his mandatory in Avni Yieldrum. Do you have your thoughts about that? Do you think does his mandatory have any chance at all?
Well, you have gloves on, you have a chance. But you know, Canelo's so dedicated, and you know doesn't mess around. So right now he's the best fighter on the planet. So you know he's earned it, and what he's done, and you know I definitely don't see nobody beating him right now.
There's some, I guess, controversy going on right now where, you know, many consider Canelo the best pound for pound, but they're pushing it, and some are saying that he could be the best boxer in Mexican history. Do you think that when he retires, that could be possible?
Well, I mean, dang, who's done that? What he's done? You really gotta add it. But to me, it's you know I'm biased because I got my idol. Siempre va a ser el gran campeón mexicano, Julio César Chávez. There's nobody greater than him to me. So, but you know, you really gotta, you know, take your hat off to Canelo. What he's done, you know, he's, you know, four division world champion, and I don't know, I don't think that's ever been done in Mexican history, something like that. And you know, I think that, you know, I take my hat off to him. I don't got nothing. I don't got anything negative to say about Canelo. But you know, a lot of raza hates on him. I couldn't hate on him because he's a great fighter, and you got to give credit where credit is due.
Well, even I mean, currently he's you know, he moved up to 168, and he's trying to become the undisputed champ at that one. He already has two. He needs two more. You think he has what it takes to be able to achieve that?
He has intelligence, and he has ring boxing generalship. He puts pressure. He knows how to box. So, of course, I think he got it. And so that's why that's one thing I teach my kids, that you gotta be versatile in the ring. You can't just be fight forward. You fight going forward because you hit hard. That doesn't mean nothing. You're gonna end up losing. You know, you gotta be able to know how to box and use your ring intelligence, and that's something el señor Eduardo Garcia, my jefe, señor Eduardo Garcia, always taught us to do, to be primero inteligente, luego valiente. So, you know, that's, you know, people are always gonna, you know, have opinions about Canelo, but I think he's the best fighter on the planet right now.
Someone who's working out in the gym there with Canelo is no, Andy Reese.
Oh,
Andy Reese has been working out in the gym there with Canelo. We've seen him on social media. It looks like he's, you know, lost some weight. What are your expectations about Andy Reese? Do you think he could come back to the top at the heavyweight?
Absolutely, absolutely. I know that he can come back to the top. All you gotta do is stay dedicated. You know, and you know, is it tough? Is it tougher once you have millions in the bank? Absolutely. But if you wanna, you know, regain it, regain that championship, regain that world title that you're the first to ever do, you know, the first Mexican heavyweight in boxing history, then you can do it. But you know, you got to stay dedicated and want to do it. You can't push, you know, you can't, you know, push somebody that don't want to be pushed.
Well, we'll see what he does. But I'm very looking forward to seeing you again in the corner of your son, Fernando Vargas Jr. in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, and you know, we got a ferocious El Feroz Fernando Vargas Jr. you know, if anybody's in ferocious, people would hit me up and be like, hey, can you baptize me as feroz? You know, I want to be fighting, turning pro. I'm like, I don't even know who you are, Vato. I don't even know who you are, Vato, to be telling me to baptize you. No, I don't even know you, Vato. Next thing you know, you're going to come on, no me cerrar, no te vas a regar. Come on. So, you know, we got ferocious Fernando Vargas Jr., el Feroz Jr., then we got Amado, el Malvado Fernando Vargas, then we got El General, Emiliano Fernando Vargas. So, we have big expectations because I know that my kids, what they could do, and so it's just a blessing. It's just a blessing for me to be part of this. When you didn't have a father. So all you maggot, deadbeat dads, I wish that people could hit you like a million miles per hour in the balls because you don't have no balls, because you didn't have the balls. You didn't have to be with the baby mama. My dad didn't have to be with my mom, but all you have to do is be in your life. And so and you can't. My mom can't teach me to be a man. As much as a woman could be a strong woman, a man, the only man that can teach you to be a man is a father. I'm sorry, it's tough, but what I'm living right now is the best, and I'm thankful to God for it.
Champ, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. Best of luck, everything. Thank you.